Welcome to this brief podcast by Dr. Jim Keane and Robert Whitehouse for BM4115, the Global Business Environment. Morning, Jim.
Morning, Rob.
We're just going to have a quick chat about the two assessments for this module and the lecture, the seminar, and the online broadcast. So it's very important that you know that the lecture is at 9:15 sharp, because with these lectures we aim to start very sharp in TC 107. If this does change, please check Moodle for this as we go through the course, but these are the allotted rooms at the moment. We have one seminar, so we have some seminar sessions on Tuesday, and then we have some seminar sessions on Thursday. As you can see, we're highlighting those now. But for this year, we have a online virtual classroom seminar run by myself through Adobe Connect. Please see Moodle for the instructions for this, and this will be explained in more depth in the seminar sessions and the lecture. This is new for this year, where we'll be doing an online broadcast. For this unit, we have two assessments, as you will see. I'm highlighting them now. A group work presentation and an individual standard written, which we're going to explain to you at the moment. As you'll see, I'm just going to whiz through these pages here of the module handbook, just to go down to the relative parts where you can do this yourself afterwards, where we talk about the assignment. So for assessment 1, it is a group presentation, a digital group presentation, in fact, and the title will be what I'm highlighting now, an analysis of the purpose, stakeholders and governance of a company. Now, Jim, for this one, for this group presentation, through the EMA platform, how would you suggest, or what's recommended that they do for submission?
Well, as we agreed, Rob, each student needs to submit the URL for their presentation, where it's located, and give the name of the other students in their group and submit that onto EMA. So each group member will be submitting the same information onto EMA, and we'll obviously mark one of those presentations and give similar marks to the other group members.
Yes, similar. And we are looking for equal input, aren't we, for this? So all members of each group have to have either their voice on the presentation, or if they're doing the selfie style digital presentation, the selfie style video, we need to see all members having an equal input.
Yes, it's
to get an equal grade.
Yes, it's explained in the assessment brief as well, and if any group member is not contributing, then the other group members need to make us aware of this before the presentation.
Yes, we need to see that that all the assessment criteria are all fulfilled for this.
Actually, that's very important. When students are preparing their presentations, you need to think about how you introduce your work and how it's structured and organised. You need to be aware we'll be looking at the content and how logical and critical and the sources you've used. We want to see something that's creative, looks attractive, is aesthetically pleasing. Timing is very important, so that each of the elements that you're covering in your presentation are covered sufficiently, and there's no problem in terms of too much time spent on one area rather than another. And of course, we want it to be interesting. I want to kind of learn something and find what you've presented interesting, as does Rob.
Very good. Thank you. We will be using the business in the news activities, which we will explain to you in the introduction session and also in the seminars. We'll be using this as a practice, because this allows individuals and smaller groups to make voice presentations, digital presentations, submit to YouTube, where the rest of the group can view these and give formative and constructive feedback within the seminar sessions. And here we go down to assignment number 2. So assignment number 2 is a 1,500 word individual standard written assessment. What is the standard academic font that we use for the course, Jim?
We recommend Arial font 12. Arial font 12 is easy to read, it looks good, and we'd recommend students prepare all their work, written work, in Arial font 12.
And again, this individual written paper is submitted through the EMA platform.
Yes, it's a standard piece of written work, and you simply upload it as you would any other EMA work. And it's all very straightforward, and we'll be telling the students more about this, of course, as the module progresses.
Great. And it is a pestle analysis of company that they have to choose.
Yes, but they will have already done their presentation on a company, and they may choose, it's up to them, but they may choose to continue with that company into this second piece of work. The important thing about this assessment, Rob, is that even though they're working in groups, they will write individual essays. So the work that you submit will be your own work and not the group work. What we're expecting is groups to work well together, and then, of course, individual ability will show through in the individual work.
Okay, great. So the idea is that they can use the same lines of research and inquiry that they've started to do through the course.
Yes, they'll have a common resource base that as a group prepared, and then they'll use that resource to actually write the paper themselves individually.
Okay, and quite importantly, it's the opportunities and threats in the next five years. So we are looking for the application of the pestle analysis to be used as like a forecasting tool.
Well, one of the lectures in the schedule is a pestle analysis that actually I'm giving, and the whole point of doing pestle, as probably the students already know, many of them, is really to identify opportunities and threats in the external environment, so that the paper is fundamentally doing the analysis and then writing about, based on that analysis, what the opportunities and threats are. And as I can see you highlighting the assessment criteria.
Yes.
We're looking for three broad things. Firstly is knowledge and use of relevant concepts. So the concepts that the ideas that pestle asks you to engage with. The amount and quality of research in the paper and the data. And this will obviously depend on the quality of the group and how it's worked well together, so it's very important you support each other. And of course the presentation, how well it's presented, the use of Arial font 12 properly, spell checking, and all what we'd expect professionally and committed students to pay attention to the way they present.
And the university's Harvard APA style here.
Yes, we do, and proper referencing. And again, strangely enough, I'll be giving lectures on that very thing on a different module to these students. So there's no excuse for not referencing properly.
Right. Okay, that's great. We really hope you find this little podcast useful for the global business environment. This will be the first time that Jim and I have worked together on this, and we'd like to wish you all the best of luck with your assessments, and we really hope you enjoy the lectures, the seminars, and the podcast. So it's a goodbye from me.
And from Jim.